Calling this meeting to order at 7:05. Roll call, please.
Mr. Burmeister, present. Ms. Infante?
Present.
Ms. Colma?
Here.
Ms. Mitchell-Brown? Present. Mr. Piper?
Present.
Ms. Tern?
Present.
Mr. Werner?
Present. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge of allegiance. At this time, are there any comments from the public on any of the agenda items? May I have a motion to approve the consent agenda items 6A, B, and C, 7A, B, C, D, E, and F, 8A and B, and 10A and B? Are there any questions or comments from the board? May I have a motion?
I'll make a motion.
Second?
I'll second.
Roll call, please.
Ms. Colma?
Yes.
Ms. Mitchell-Brown? Mr. Werner?
Yes.
Mr. Burmeister, yes. Mr. Piper?
Yes.
Ms. Tern?
Yes.
Ms. Infante?
Yes.
Motion approved.
It is recommended that the Board of Education approve the open session minutes for July 13th to 2021 special board meeting. Are there any questions or comments from the board? May I have a motion to approve the open session minutes, July 13th, 2021 special board meeting?
I'll make a motion to approve.
Second?
I'll second.
Roll call, please.
Mr. Werner?
Yes.
Mr. Burmeister, yes. Ms. Mitchell-Brown? Mr. Piper?
Yes.
Ms. Colma?
Yes.
Ms. Infante?
Yes.
Ms. Tern?
Yes.
Motion approved.
It is recommended that the Board of Education approve the open session minutes for July 15th, 2021 board meeting. Are there any questions or comments from the board? May I have a motion to approve open session minutes July 15th, 2021 regular board meeting?
I'll make a motion to approve.
Second?
I'll second.
Roll call, please.
Ms. Colma?
Yes.
Mr. Piper?
Yes.
Mr. Werner?
Yes.
Ms. Infante?
Yes.
Mr. Burmeister, yes. Ms. Mitchell-Brown? Ms. Tern?
Yes.
Motion approved.
It is recommended the Board of Education approve the open session minutes for July 27th, 2021 special board meeting. Are there any questions or comments from the board? May I have a motion to approve the open session minutes July 27th, 2021 special board meeting?
I'll make a motion to approve.
Second?
I'll second.
Roll call, please.
Mr. Piper?
Yes.
Ms. Infante? Mr. Werner?
Yes.
Ms. Colma?
Yes.
Ms. Mitchell-Brown? Ms. Tern?
Yes.
Mr. Burmeister, yes. Motion approved.
It is recommended that the Board of Education approve Resolution 2022-14, approving the content and confidentiality of certain closed session minutes with the Opens Meeting Act. Are there any questions or comments from the board? May I have a motion to approve Resolution 2022-14, approving the content and confidentiality of certain closed session minutes with the Open Meetings Minutes Act?
Motion to approve.
Second?
I'll second.
Roll call, please.
Ms. Mitchell-Brown? Mr. Werner?
Yes.
Mr. Piper?
Yes.
Mr. Burmeister, yes. Ms. Colma?
Yes.
Ms. Tern?
Yes.
Ms. Infante?
Yes.
Motion approved.
New business, Resolution 2022-22, approving the proposal to adjust the roles and responsibilities of administrative staff.
In an effort to sustain efficient and effective administrative operations at both the district and school levels, I'm recommending the adjustments to the following roles and responsibilities for the following individuals. John Dudzik would be the principal of Paul Revere Intermediate School with additional district-level responsibilities. Carrie Tisch would assume Assistant Superintendent of Human Resources. Stephanie Del Grosso would assume the role as Assistant Superintendent of Curriculum and Instruction. Constance Grimm-Grayson would assume the role as Director of Teaching and Learning. Carol Paul would be the principal of the Anchor Academy with additional pupil personnel responsibilities. In addition to the responsibilities as the principal of Paul Revere Intermediate School, Mr. Dudzik will be expected to support district initiatives while performing the following essential functions of his previous position as the Assistant Superintendent of Human Resources. He'll maintain an updated file of job description and distribute them for announced job openings as needed. Collaborate with district administration to develop proposals and job descriptions for new positions. Serve as the district's liaison in establishing and maintaining university partnerships as a means of recruiting student teachers, interns, providing pathways for staff to become teachers, obtain additional endorsements or advanced degrees. Coordinate the recruitment efforts to attract and retain high-quality staff. Conduct and attend a variety of staff and management meetings as required to provide assigned services to the district. Serve on committees, attend meetings as assigned by me. In addition to the role and responsibilities as principal of the Anchor Academy, Carol Paul will support Pupil Personnel Services Department by managing an assigned caseload of students in an effort to ensure the creation of an efficient and adequate program for those under consideration for or currently enrolled in special education services or programs, either within or outside the district. And the rationale for this is to ensure obviously I mentioned earlier, the continued efficient and effective manner that we operate the district. Currently, Connie Grimm-Grayson is serving as the principal in the district for the past 7 years and has recently earned her doctorate. Moving into the role of teaching and learning will allow her to focus her efforts on district-wide curricular work. Stephanie Del Grosso currently serves as the Director of Teaching and Learning and has dedicated her efforts to help design and implement engaging, standards-aligned curriculum for the district. She will also be able to combine these efforts with her previous experiences to successfully fulfill the role of Assistant Superintendent of Curriculum and Instruction. Carrie Tisch has served in multiple capacities within the district, including teacher, assistant principal, and currently the Assistant Superintendent for Curriculum and Instruction. During her years with Cook County School District 130, she has developed a well-rounded knowledge of personnel and instructional needs of the district. I believe such experience will lend to her success in her new role as the Assistant Superintendent of Human Resources. John Dudzik has served as the Assistant Superintendent of Human Resources for the past 6 years. In addition, he has worked as an assistant principal and principal at Nathan Hale Middle School for 8 years. His district-level work leading the Human Resources Department, coupled with his experiences as a building administrator, will allow him to continue to do meaningful work that positively impacts students, staff, and families. Carol Paul has served as the Pupil Personnel Services Coordinator for the past year and has previous experience serving as a principal in another district. In her role as a coordinator, she has served as the liaison between building level staff and the Pupil Personnel Services Department. In addition to providing continued support to the PPS department, she will be able to utilize her skills as a building leader at Anchor Academy. We certainly will develop a comprehensive transition plan as a means of supporting the staff that are impacted. The total overall savings to the district, as you can see in the board packet, is $71,111.
Are there any questions or comments from the board?
Yes, could those present please stand to be recognized? If you could just give your name, I'm pretty sure most of us know who you are, but name so everyone knows.
My name is John Dudzik.
I'm Carrie Tisch. I'm Carol Paul.
Thank you.
May I have a motion to approve Resolution 2022-22, approving the proposal to adjust the roles and responsibilities of administrative staff. I'll make a motion to approve. May I have a second?
I'll second.
Roll call, please.
Ms. Infante?
Yes.
Mr. Piper?
Yes.
Ms. Tern?
Yes.
Mr. Burmeister? Yes. Ms. Mitchell-Brown? Yes. Mr. Warner?
Yes.
Ms. Colma?
Yes.
Congratulations.
Okay, old
Motion
business.
approved.
Oh, sorry. Old business.
Let's see. Let me take the last down. At the board meeting held on May 20th, 2021, the Board of Education voted 5-2 to discontinue the Personnel Committee as a board committee. Based on the advice from legal counsel, we are required to indicate the proposal to remove the Personnel Committee as an action item. The item was brought back to the Board of Education on June 17th, 2021, and was tabled again for further discussion. Should the board vote to discontinue the Personnel Committee, Board Policy 2:150 and 5:30 will be amended. The policies were attached to the board for review. I think this is where you'll discuss it with the board.
Any questions or comments from the board?
I have a comment. At our last special meeting that we held, we had the opportunity to be trained by a higher up, I would say, in the Illinois Association of School Boards, and the Personnel Committee came up, and not only did she say that it's unheard of, she said it's quite inappropriate. So I'm just going to go with, the authority on this and say that we should. I know we haven't done a motion, but I think that we should discontinue the Personnel Committee.
I was going to kind of go off what you were saying. I think the actual phrase she said is, I couldn't imagine anything less appropriate, but yes, the point stands.
May I have a motion to continue or remove the Personnel Committee as a board committee?
I'll make a motion to discontinue the Personnel Committee.
May I have a second?
I'll second it.
Roll
Who was
call,
that?
please.
Charlotte, okay.
Roll call, please.
Brown. Sorry, okay. Ms. Tern?
So yes to discontinue, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Ms. Colma?
Yes.
Mr. Piper?
Yes.
Mr. Warner?
No.
Mr. Burmeister? Yes. Ms. Infante? Ms. Mitchell-Brown? Motion approved.
Financial, tentative budget, fiscal year 2022.
Good evening. This is an information item. The tentative fiscal year 2020 budget will be presented to the Board of Education tonight at tonight's board meeting. The tentative budget was placed on public display on August 16th, 2021, and a public hearing and adoption will be conducted at the September 16th, 2021 board meeting. I did hand each board member a couple pages as a summary for the fiscal 2022 budget. If you were to pull that information out, the first page is a breakdown of the 2022 budgeted expenditures. The first pie chart is by fund. So we have 9 funds. Typically, we use 8 of them for expenditures. As you can see, most of the expenditures are going straight to education. The education fund, it consists of 75.29%, roughly almost $62 million. Then next, it's the capital outlay account with $8.14 million, which, this is basically the bond funds, and this is the last year that we have to use these bond funds, so I input all the amounts in that fund account to expend for this year. If you look at the bottom pie chart, I broke it down by object code. So we have, salaries and benefits, which make up 50% of all expenditures for the district. Then we have purchase services at 18%, supplies at 10%, capital 16%. It's a little higher this year because of the bond funds. And then 6% for other and debt payment. This includes membership dues, Eisenhower Co-op tuition, outplace tuition, and debt services. So the total budget, tentative budget for this fiscal year is $82.3 million. Any questions thus far?
What is the bond fund that we are paying? What are these bond funds being used for currently?
The bonds funds have been used for the past 2 years to improve the buildings within our district. It's been the HVAC systems in most of our buildings, asbestos abatement. Primarily it's been HVAC. It's ventilation. We just finished, or we're currently finishing up with Kerr Middle School, Lincoln School, Horace Mann. Then we have air handlers that have been added, or new air handlers, like for example, right over here in the media center. That's a new one. Two more here at Veterans, and 3 at Nathan Hale Intermediate.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, so then if we look at the second page, it is a breakdown of the revenues that we anticipate in receiving for fiscal 2022. Typically, pre-COVID, I would say, at least 50% of the revenues would come out of local funds. But being that we have the ESSER funds coming from the federal government, which is the Elementary and Secondary School Emergency Relief Grant due to COVID, we have 26.10% in federal funds. That's up from 9% last year. I just want to keep in mind. Uh-oh. I want to keep in mind that these ESSER funds are one-time grants. So any salaries in these grants will need to be absorbed to local funds once these amounts are done and over with. If we did not have the ESSER funds, we would be averaging, and the ESSER funds and the bonds, we would be averaging a $60 million balanced budget. So I just wanted to throw that out there because this is kind of like a one-time thing, and when I saw the numbers in regards to expenditures, 82 million, I was kind of shocked. So then in the bottom pie chart, I just have the breakdown as to how much of the federal revenue that we're receiving is ESSER funds, which is 72%, and then the other federal revenue, which is 27%. This consists of Title I, Title II, Title III, those type of grants. So the anticipated or tentative budget for fiscal year 2022 is $74.76 million. Are there any questions from the board?
Nope.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, next, Mauricio Castro Jr. stipend approval.
At the June 17th, 2021 board meeting, the Board of Education approved for Mauricio Castro Jr. to receive the project manager stipend during the 2021 life safety project until August 31st, 2021. The 2021 life safety project is continuing with the elevator modernization and temperature control portion of the work. The project is to be completed by October 29, 2021. As a result, Mr. Castro will continue to serve as the project manager until the projects are completed. This role is in addition to his role as an assistant director of facilities. The district would like to compensate Mr. Castro Jr. an additional $500 a month for the additional duties.
Are there any questions or comments from the board?
I do.
I was just wondering, does this require more hours, or is it just during his workday? It depends on the situation, you know. I know over the summer he's been working the longer hours. He's has to schedule, you know, for these workers to come. He makes sure that the building is open, at a certain time, or, and make sure that, if there's any emergency, that he will be available, and he is available to come to the building in case of an emergency.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
May I have a motion to approve the stipend for Mauricio Castro Jr. as project manager through October 29th, 2021?
I'll make a motion.
Second?
I'll second.
Roll call, please.
Mr. Warner?
Yes.
Ms. Infante?
Yes.
Ms. Mitchell-Brown?
Yes.
Mr. Burmeister, yes. Mr. Piper?
Yes.
Ms. Tern?
Yes.
Ms. Colma?
Yes.
Motion approved.
Is Mr. Castro in the house?
Not this evening.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
He usually is, but he had a
Yeah.
family emergency today.
Motion approved.
Yes.
Horace Mann, structural analysis.
It is recommended that the Board of Education approve the hiring of a company to conduct a structural analysis of the Horace Mann School building to determine the needs of the building for the upcoming 2022 summer projects.
Are there any questions or comments from the board?
Would they send out a notice that there would be bids for which company would do it?
Well, it technically, being that this would be a professional service, this does not have to go out to bid.
Okay, thank you.
This is also, correct me if I'm wrong, but this is a analysis, not a commencement of work. We're just getting
A report.
someone to let us know.
Yes,
And I've walked the school many times, and it needs it.
yes. It would only be a report, not actual work being done.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
May I have a motion to approve the hiring of a company to conduct a structural analysis of the Horace Mann School building to determine the needs of the building for the upcoming 2022 summer projects?
I make a motion.
Second, please.
I'll second. I'll second, sorry.
Roll call?
Mr. Piper?
Yes.
Ms. Mitchell-Brown?
Yes.
Ms. Infante?
Yes.
Mr. Werner?
Yes.
Ms. Tern?
Yes.
Ms. Colma?
Yes.
Mr. Burmeister, yes. Motion approved.
Resolution 2022-19, appointment of activity fund treasurer.
Cook County School District 130 policy requires the Board of Education to annually appoint a treasurer for the student activity accounts. It is recommended that Lucero Moreno, Assistant Superintendent of Business Services, serve in this capacity for the 2021-22 school year. Resolution 2022-19, appointment of activity fund treasurer, is attached for board review.
Are there any questions or comments from the board? May I have a motion to approve Resolution 2022-19, appointment of activity fund treasurer?
I'll make the motion.
Second?
I'll second.
Roll
that
call,
Charlotte?
please.
Ms. Mitchell-Brown, was that you?
Yes.
Okay. Ms. Tern?
Yes.
Ms. Colma?
Yes.
Ms. Infante?
Yes.
Mr. Piper?
Yes.
Mr. Werner?
Yes.
Mr. Burmeister? Yes. Ms. Mitchell-Brown?
Yes.
Motion approved.
Resolution 2022-20, approving TransFinder transportation system.
Cook County School District 130 has been utilizing the TransFinder transportation software since 2011. This software is utilized to map, route, and assign students to buses throughout the district. Student assignment information is not currently available through Cook Illinois Corporation, and this information is necessary in order to keep track of students who ride the bus. TransFinder updated and enhanced their platform, which will make the previous software obsolete. Resolution 2022-20, approving TransFinder transportation software system, and proposal are attached to the agenda for board review.
Are there any questions or comments from the board? May I have a motion to approve Resolution 2022-20, approving TransFinder transportation software system?
I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
Roll call, please.
Was that Ms. Infante?
Yes.
Mr. Piper?
Yes.
Mr. Burmeister, yes. Ms. Colma?
Yes.
Ms. Tern?
Yes.
Ms. Infante?
Yes.
Ms. Mitchell-Brown?
Yes.
Mr. Werner?
Yes.
Motion approved.
Nathan Hale Middle School rooftop unit repairs.
The compressor on one of the rooftop units at Nathan Hale Middle School has been malfunctioning over the summer and needs to be replaced. Precision Control Systems Incorporated has provided the district with a proposal to replace the compressor in the amount of $11,435. The proposal is attached to the agenda for board review.
Any questions or comments from the board? May I have a motion to approve the Nathan Hale Middle School rooftop unit repairs?
I'll make a motion.
Second?
I'll second.
Roll call, please.
Mr. Burmeister? Yes. Ms. Mitchell-Brown?
Yes.
Ms. Tern?
Yes.
Mr. Werner?
Yes.
Ms. Infante?
Yes.
Mr. Piper?
Yes.
Ms. Colma?
Yes.
Motion approved.
Thank you.
Resolution 2022-17, approving a vaccine pharmacy service agreement with Jewel Osco Pharmacy for the purposes of hosting a COVID-19 community vaccine event.
The district wishes to partner with Jewel Osco Pharmacy to host a community vaccine event at Whittier Elementary School and Nathan Hale Middle School. The event will provide community members, eligible students, and staff the opportunity to receive the COVID-19 vaccine. Resolution 22-17, approving a vaccine pharmacy services agreement with Jewel Osco Pharmacy for the purposes of hosting a COVID-19 community vaccine event, and the vaccine pharmacy services agreement and their certificate of liability and insurance are attached for the board's review.
Are there any questions or comments from the board?
I just wanted to say for our communities, and I was wondering if that would also be possible to extend it to other locations as well.
I think when we do send out, because we've been getting vaccine events from the South Cook Intermediate Service Center from various communities, surrounding communities, when I think the way I understand it is Jewel Osco will create a flyer and we will share that with South Cook, and South Cook will then distribute that to the various districts, the superintendents within the South Cook Region 7. So it will be communicated to others besides our community.
Okay, but would that be possible to be at a different school also, like for example Horace Mann, kind of getting that Robin section?
Well, when we decided on the two locations, we were trying to put one on each side of the district, one on the east and one on the west side. If we do another event, we could consider the Horace Mann site for sure as a location, because it does have parking and it does have the space in order to do that. So that is a possibility.
Okay, thank you.
Sure.
May I have a motion to approve Resolution 2022-17, approving a vaccine pharmacy services agreement with Jewel Osco for the purposes of hosting a COVID-19 community vaccine event?
I'll make a motion.
Second?
I'll second.
Roll call, please.
Mr. Burmeister? Yes. Ms. Colma?
Yes.
Mr. Piper?
Yes.
Mr. Werner?
Yes.
Ms. Tern?
Yes.
Ms. Mitchell-Brown?
Yes.
Ms. Infante?
Yes.
Motion approved.
Mr. Font, I think I misheard your question, which is why, because you went in and out. So I didn't hear you mention Horace Mann when you said that, so I apologize for that.
Oh yeah, that's perfectly fine, don't
Yeah,
worry about it.
it sounded like what I answered had nothing to do with what you asked, and I just realized that. I'm sorry. Approving an agreement, approving a consultant services agreement with South Cook Intermediate Service Center to provide teacher evaluator retraining courses on site. The district wishes to enter into an agreement with the South Cook Intermediate Service Center to provide eligible administrators with an opportunity to complete the required teacher evaluator retraining courses on site. The courses will be offered on November 10th, 2021 and December 8th, 2021 at the district office.
Are there any questions or comments from the board?
Yeah, these are in-person
Yes.
retraining? Oh,
Yes.
Not like the modules or anything?
No.
Okay.
No. God, no. Please. Sorry.
How dare.
Yeah, no, sir. I've had nightmares about those still.
May I have a motion to approve Resolution 2022-18, approving a consultant services agreement with South Cook Intermediate Service Center to provide teachers, evaluator, retraining courses on site.
I'll make a motion.
Second,
I'll second.
roll call, please.
Mr. Piper?
Yes.
Mr. Warner?
Yes.
Ms. Infante?
Yes.
Ms. Colma?
Yes.
Ms. Mitchell-Brown?
Yes.
Mr. Burmeister? Yes. Ms. Stern?
Yes.
Motion approved.
Resolution 2022-23, approving an agreement to participate in a bilingual teacher job fair.
The district wishes to enter into a purchase order agreement with teacherjobfair.org to participate in a bilingual virtual teacher job fair on September 28th, 2021. The district is seeking to fill 2 bilingual teacher positions, as well as, I'm going to add to this, a foreign language teacher position that remained open at Nathan Hale Middle School. Resolution 2022-23, approving an agreement to participate in a bilingual job fair, and purchase order agreement are attached for the board to review.
Are there any questions or comments from the board?
Is that appropriate? Can we amend it to say that? To add the third position without having this come back as a illegal vote? Because it's not written
No.
to have that third position. I just want to make sure that it's okay so we don't,
And the only reason I added it is because it just became available. It was posted, or it became available after the board agenda was
I understand
turned
that,
in.
but I'm
So that's
just,
why I understand.
I'm not opposed to it. I just want to make sure that you attain the proper approval for
Sure.
this. If it needs to go on next month to add the third position, just make sure that we don't let you think you're getting 3 people when you're only been approved for 2. I just want to make sure that we get you what you need.
One, maybe a question, you may be able to clarify it, and I
Sure.
don't have the resolution in front of me. The resolution is for the agreement to participate in the job fair. That's what the resolution's for, is that the district's gonna participate in the job fair to try to find
Right.
teachers.
Correct.
It's not
Okay.
necessarily how many teachers or.
Right.
Okay.
That you're actually hiring a specific amount, is that correct?
Yeah, I believe so. I don't think I'd have to look at the
Yep.
resolution, to be honest with you.
So
Yep.
with that understanding, I don't think an amendment's necessary, because
Okay.
this is just the agreement to participate in the job fair itself.
Yep.
Is all you'd be voting on.
Okay, thank you.
Are there any questions or comments from the board? May I have a motion to approve Resolution 2022-18, approving the consultant service agreement?
I'll make a motion.
Second,
Second,
roll call?
Mr. Warner?
Yes.
Ms. Stern?
Yes.
Mr. Piper?
yes.
Ms. Mitchell-Brown?
Yes.
Ms. Colma?
Yes.
Ms. Infante?
Yes.
Mr. Burmeister? Yes, motion approved.
We have 8. Curriculum. Resolution 2022-07, approving the agreement for TS Gold Early Childhood Assessment 2021-22.
It is recommended that the Board of Education approve Resolution 2022-07, approving the agreement with TS Gold Early Childhood Assessment 2021-2022. TS Gold is embedded in the everyday interaction with children in the classroom and at home. This platform is a formative assessment that is effortless, organic part of the teaching day. Teachers can easily capture, organize, and store notes, photos, videos, and digital samples of children's work in the moment to make observations authentic, objective, and easy to remember. Resolution 2022-07, approving the agreement with TS Gold Early Childhood Assessment 2021-2022. Terms of use and contract are attached for board review.
Any questions or comments from the board?
Was this used previously, or is this, oh, yes.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
May I have a motion to approve Resolution 2022-07, approving an agreement for TS Gold Early Childhood Assessment?
Motion to approve.
Second.
I'll second.
Roll call, please.
Ms. Tern?
Yes.
Ms. Mitchell-Brown?
Yes.
Ms. Infante?
Yes.
Mr. Werner?
Yes.
Mr. Piper?
Yes.
Ms. Colma?
Yes.
Mr. Burmeister? Yes. Motion approved.
Resolution 2022-15, approving an independent contractor with Anthromed.
It is recommended the Board of Education approve Resolution 2022-15, approving an agreement with Anthromed Education to provide special education instruction to children with special education entitlement needs at Paul Revere Primary School for the 2021-2022 school year. Resolution 2022-15, approved an agreement with Anthromed Education, and agreement are attached for the board review.
Any questions or comments from the board? May I have a motion to approve Resolution 2022-15, approving an independent contractor with Anthromed?
Motion to approve.
Second.
I'll second.
Roll call, please.
Mr. Burmeister? Yes. Ms. Infante?
Yes.
Ms. Tern?
Yes.
Mr. Piper?
Yes.
Ms. Mitchell-Brown? Yes. Ms. Colma?
Yes.
Mr. Werner?
Yes.
Motion approved.
Resolution 2022-16, approving an agreement with Montauk Consultant S Corp.
It is recommended that Cook County School District 130 enter into an agreement with Wantuck Consulting S Corporation to provide social work services to Paul Revere Primary School for the 2021-2020 school year, 22 school year. Resolution 2022-16, approving an agreement with Wantuck Consulting S Corporation, and agreement are attached for board review.
Any questions or comments from the board? May I have a motion to approve Resolution 2022-16, approving an agreement with Wantuck Consulting S Corp.
I'll make a motion.
Second.
I'll second.
Roll call, please.
Ms. Colma?
Yes.
Mr. Piper?
Yes.
Mr. Werner?
Yes.
Mr. Burmeister? Yes. Ms. Mitchell-Brown?
Yes.
Ms. Tern?
Yes.
Ms. Infante?
Yes.
Motion approved.
Superintendent's report.
I want to welcome everyone to the 2021-22 school year. Beginning August 18th, 2021, teachers and staff returned to begin the school year. And I can't tell you how great it was to have everybody here. It just was just wonderful. Students returned today for their first official day of school, and it was wonderful to see all of the smiling eyes today. And I went visited all the sites for everybody, teachers and students and staff. I'd like to put out a special welcome to all of the new staff who've joined Cook County School District 130 family this year, and extend my congratulations to John Dudzik, Carrie Tisch, Stephanie Del Grosso, Dr. Connie Groom-Grayson, and Carol Paul on your new positions. I wish you the very best in your new roles. And that's all I have.
BIEA.
I just want to say welcome back. I want to say for myself and say how thrilling it was today to see full classes of kids in person. I want to say for everybody else. But it was nice. And other than that,
BIESPA, Local 430.
just to say welcome back and congratulations and good luck on your new role.
BIESPA, Local 330. SEIU Local 73. And any comments from the audience? At this time, we will recess into executive session to discuss personal matters. May I have a motion to recess into executive session?
I'll make a motion.
Second,
I'll second.
roll call.
Was that Ms. Turn?
Yes.
Mr. Burmeister? Yes. Ms. Infante?
Yes.
Ms. Colma?
Yes.
Ms. Mitchell-Brown? Mr. Piper?
Yes.
Ms. Turn?
Yes.
Mr. Werner?
Yes.
Motion approved.